Ebrahim, peace be upon him, was born in a time when the world around him was drowned in false worship. His people lived in a land ruled by a mighty king who claimed power beyond what any human could possess, and beneath his rule the people bowed to idols carved from stone and wood. These idols stood in their temples and homes, silent and lifeless, yet they were treated as gods, feared and revered. From the very beginning of his life, Ebrahim was different. Allah placed within his heart a natural inclination toward truth, a rejection of falsehood, and a deep awareness that something was terribly wrong with the world around him. As Ebrahim grew from childhood into youth, he observed his people closely. He watched them carve idols with their own hands, decorate them, place them on high platforms, and then kneel before them in humility and fear. His heart could not accept this contradiction. How could something made by humans become a god over them? This question followed him day and night. Allah guided him even before prophethood, sharpening his mind and strengthening his heart to seek the Creator rather than the creation. One of the closest people to Ebrahim was his father, Azar, a man who made idols for a living and took pride in his craft. Ebrahim loved his father, respected him, and spoke to him gently, but the truth burned inside him and could not remain silent. With words full of care and wisdom, Ebrahim called his father to worship Allah alone. He asked him why he worshipped things that could neither hear nor see nor benefit anyone. He warned him not to follow Satan, who had led so many astray. But Azar rejected his son's words, grew angry, and threatened to stone him if he did not stop. Ebrahim did not respond with anger. He promised to seek forgiveness for his father and distanced himself, carrying pain in his heart but remaining firm upon the truth. As Ebrahim continued to reflect on creation, Allah taught him how to reason with his people. He showed them, through clear arguments, the weakness of their beliefs. Ebrahim looked at the stars when night fell and spoke in a way his people could understand, showing them that these celestial bodies set and disappear, and that whatever fades cannot be divine. He pointed out the moon and the sun, demonstrating that even the greatest objects they admired were under control, rising and setting by a command beyond themselves. Through this, he made it clear that the only one worthy of worship was the Creator of the heavens and the earth, the one who never disappears and never dies. When Ebrahim openly declared his rejection of idols and his devotion to Allah alone, his people were shocked and angered. They accused him of insulting their gods and threatening their traditions. Ebrahim did not retreat. He challenged their beliefs directly and exposed the truth they were afraid to face. Then came the day that would shake their entire society. When the people left their city for a festival, Ebrahim remained behind. Alone with the idols, he took action that would echo through history. He destroyed the idols one by one, smashing them into pieces, leaving only the largest idol standing. When the people returned and saw their gods shattered on the ground, panic and fury spread among them. They demanded to know who had done this, and Ebrahim was brought before them. Standing before the crowd, calm and fearless, Ebrahim pointed toward the largest idol and said that it was the one who had done it, suggesting they ask it if it could speak. For a brief moment, silence fell upon them. They knew the truth deep inside. Their idols could not speak, move, or defend themselves. But instead of submitting to reason, their pride overcame them. They turned their anger back toward Ebrahim and accused him, deciding to punish him severely. They chose fire as their weapon, believing it would end his call forever. A massive fire was prepared, so intense that its heat was said to be unbearable even from a distance. Ebrahim was tied and thrown into the flames with no protector but Allah. In that moment, when all worldly means were cut off, Allah intervened. By His command, the fire became coolness and safety for Ebrahim. What was meant to destroy him became a clear miracle and a powerful sign, but even this did not soften all hearts. After this event, Ebrahim knew that his mission in that land had reached its limit. Allah commanded him to migrate for his sake. Leaving behind his people, his homeland, and everything familiar, Ebrahim set out with complete trust in Allah. This migration marked a new chapter in his life, one filled with trials greater than before, but also with honor and closeness to his Lord. Allah granted Ebrahim companionship and later blessed him with a wife, Sarah. For many years, Ebrahim and Sarah lived without children, and this was a source of deep longing and quiet sorrow. Despite this, Ebrahim never lost hope in Allah. His heart remained patient, his tongue remained grateful, and his life remained devoted to spreading monotheism wherever he went. As years passed, Allah decreed another test. Ebrahim was commanded to take Hajar, his wife, and their infant son Ismail to a barren valley with no crops, no water, and no people. Obedience overcame emotion, and Ebrahim carried out the command. When Hajar realized he was leaving them in that desolate place, she asked him if Allah had ordered this. When he answered yes, her heart found peace in faith, and she trusted that Allah would not abandon them. Ebrahim turned away, his heart heavy, and supplicated to Allah, asking him to protect his family and to make that barren land a place of prayer and provision. As Ebrahim departed, the silence of the valley surrounded Hajar and her child, marking the beginning of a trial that would change the destiny of the world. Hajar remained alone in the silent valley with her infant son Ismail, surrounded by mountains and emptiness. The provisions Ebrahim had left were few, and soon the water ran out. As Ismail began to cry from thirst, Hajar's heart trembled, but her faith did not collapse. She placed her child on the ground and ran toward the nearest hill, Safa, scanning the horizon for any sign of life or water. She saw nothing. She descended and ran toward Marwa, her feet heavy with exhaustion and fear, yet driven by a mother's desperate hope. She ran back and forth 7 times, praying silently, trusting that Allah was watching even in that abandoned place. When she returned to Ismail, she heard a sound near him. By Allah's mercy, an angel struck the ground, and water began to gush forth beneath Ismail's feet. Hajar rushed to contain the water, saying Zam-Zam, fearing it would escape. That spring became a source of life in the valley, a miracle that continues until today. Through that water, the barren land began to change. Birds appeared, and soon travelers noticed signs of life. The tribe of Jurhum settled nearby with Hajar's permission, and Ismail grew among them, learning their language and customs. Years passed, and Ebrahim returned to see his son grown strong. The reunion between father and son was filled with love, gratitude, and praise to Allah. Ebrahim visited them more than once, guiding Ismail and checking on their state. Ismail grew into a righteous young man, patient, obedient, and devoted to Allah. Then came the most severe test Ebrahim would ever face. He saw in a dream that he was sacrificing his son. Ebrahim understood that the dreams of prophets are revelation. The command pierced his heart, but his faith did not waver. He spoke to Ismail gently, explaining what he had seen. Ismail, with complete submission, responded that his father should do as Allah commanded and that he would find him patient if Allah willed. When the moment came, Ebrahim led Ismail to the place of sacrifice. Both father and son submitted fully to Allah's will. Ebrahim placed his son down and prepared to fulfill the command, but Allah intervened at the final moment. Ismail was replaced with a great sacrifice, and Ebrahim was called out and praised for fulfilling the vision. Through this, Allah showed that the purpose was not the loss of life, but the perfection of obedience and trust. After this test, Allah honored Ebrahim and Ismail with another sacred duty. They were commanded to raise the foundations of the house, the Kaaba, in that same valley. Together, father and son built it stone by stone, calling upon Allah to accept their work.